BWOne here from BWOne. We've had a few days to digest all the data that we know about it. It's available for pre-order now. So in this video, I want to give you all the info that you need to know about the iPhone 7. Now, they did list 10 things apparently that are new with the iPhone 7, but honestly, I barely think a handful of those are honestly important. We're going to try and focus on those few features here. Let's first start off with, I think, one of the biggest changes is there is no 3.5mm headphone jack built into the iPhone 7. Nope. If you want to listen to audio, it all goes through the Lightning port. Now, they did provide an adapter so you can plug in your old headphones like you used to do before on any iPhone or any phone for that matter. But basically, they got rid of it, and the reasoning, they really didn't have one other than to say that we're bold, creative, and used a whole bunch of buzzwords to tell you why they just wanted to do it, which I think is so lame. And when you think about this, they basically took away the ability to charge your phone and listen to music at the same time wired. You can't do that unless you want to buy a $39 Belkin adapter to be able to do this, or you can use a wireless headset or Bluetooth headset to be able to do that. And also, it's also pretty convenient that they released the earbuds to go along with this at a separate price that kind of charges on its own there, but it uses Apple's proprietary wireless technology to be able to connect with it and a bunch of other Beats accessory to go along with it. So I think we pretty much know what the play here was for this. It was basically to kind of make a whole new ecosystem around the iPhone and lock people into that ecosystem using their proprietary Lightning port, proprietary wireless, I think it's called BWOne, to basically lock them into there, which I think is the lamest thing. I mean, if I had wireless charging built in, this wouldn't be such a big deal because you can get the wireless charging pad, you can plug in your headphones, either Lightning port one, the standard was, listen to music and charge at the same time. So many people do that. People do that at work all the time, especially if they can't listen to music, maybe there's something blocking on their corporate network or anything like that, or they just want to use their phone to listen. You now can't do both. Or if you have a power bank and you want to charge your phone while you're listening to music, you can really only do this wirelessly, and they've kind of forced you into paying essentially to do this, which I think is one of the lamest things Apple has done. So I just want to put that out there. I know it's been said a lot, but you know someone's going to go out there and I want to go get the new iPhone. They're going to go grab it and they're going to realize, oh crap, there is no headphone jack. I can't charge and do this at the same time. I have no idea. When everyone else is in the market right now is doubling down on creating better digital audio and DACs on their phones and using the standard decades old now 3.5mm headphone jack, they decided to just completely cut it off and go with it and make no real reason why. Oh well, and rant on that whole thing. But there are some other features that they added to it. There's now water resistance with it, which is pretty cool. It's finally got the rating of IP68 water resistant. Finally kind of catching up with the other devices out there. You do get some new colors out there. They do have a new sort of a nice looking jet black, and they have a matte and glossy version. I'd already suggest you to go ahead and get the matte version because the glossy version looks like it will scratch up me a fingerprint magic in a second. Looks like that jet black version is probably going to be a lot better for you. Now, the screen sizes are exactly the same between the 7 and 7 Plus from last year, so the same 4.7 and 5.5 inch displays. No resolution changes either. They kind of said 25% something or another better or why. You know how Apple is. They never really tell you exact stats. They kind of give you percentages, which is garbage. So basically, the iPhone 7 itself isn't really a high resolution display. It's got the Retina display, but it isn't HD. And the iPhone 7 Plus is an HD display, but it's not quite HD, which you kind of see out of so many other phones out here in the competition right now. So that's what you're getting in terms of displays. Now, Apple's also finally increased the storage capacities of the iPhones. Now we're going from 32, 128, and 256 gigabytes of storage. Very well needed because we know those apps are really large. You can't expand the storage, photos and all those things, and videos, music, anything that you're using in it. It just makes sense. They needed to get beyond those 16 gigabyte sizes. It was just way too small of storage, especially for the iPhone itself, considering how large apps, games, and other forms of media are on it and within their ecosystem. So I'm pretty good that they did include that. Now, the cameras have been improved. Now, both of them have a bigger Facetime camera at 7 megapixels, so they improved that, so selfies should look a whole lot better. Kind of like that they did that there. The rear-facing cameras will improve 12 megapixel cameras. Now, the difference between the 7 and the 7 Plus, the 7 Plus actually has a dual camera setup. So they actually have two 12 megapixel cameras, and basically one is sort of a regular camera, and the other one is sort of a telescopic one. So basically, what it can do is it can zoom in a lot better and get a lot more detail with it, and it's going to help you create a better overall picture. You can get a wider angle when you need to as well too. It sort of works in a tandem system natively within the iPhone itself to kind of get that better shot overall, and it's supposed to be better for night and stuff. They've done a lot of cool things to sort of improve the camera inside of it. So once again, this essentially the Plus version, because it's bigger, it's going to have the better camera than the original version, or the smaller version is going to have. Now they've also upgraded the home button. The home button has a haptic feedback to it, so that'll work sort of when you're pressing, clicking down to sort of get us feedback back from it. So that's pretty cool. It'll work in different applications and such, and developers can kind of take advantage of it. But beyond that, that's what we're seeing with the brand new iPhone 7 and 7 Plus. It's not a revolutionary change, it's definitely incremental. And while they listed 10 things, I don't think all of them were all that important. I think the ones that kind of listed there were. I think some of the big pluses are obviously the water resistance is going to be a big thing for a lot of people. So if you're looking for that, that's something good to upgrade. Upgrading the cameras into a dual camera system in 7 Plus for those mobile photographers out there, I think that's something you could be really interested in kind of trying and checking out, and might be giving you better photo quality with that. And this also has a bit better battery life, about an hour better. iPhone's never been known having great battery life. I guess it's nice to have an hour better, but really not having any type of fast wired charging at all, and not having wireless charging at all either are two big omissions. At least fast charging should have shown up on this phone, because I think a lot of people would love that. It's to the point now where fast charging is becoming normal charging, especially on Android. Having that fast and extra speed and being able to juice that phone up real quickly is real nice. And iPhone users, I think, would really like to have that feature. Maybe they're saving that for the 8. I don't know, but I think it's a big omission not to have here in the 7, and wireless charging as well too. Obviously, two big features now that they should be having in their smartphones. But other than that, you guys kind of already know I don't really like the whole headphone jack lightning port issue that they're going on right there. But I think the iPhone 7 in itself is going to be a decent phone when it comes out. It's going to be something good, and mostly iPhone users are going to like it. I don't think it's going to pull anyone from Android over necessarily yet. They might get 1 or 2 people, but they're usually the people that kind of bounce between Android and iPhone all the time. They get whatever the greatest, latest, and greatest that they like from it. So I can see some people doing that. But other than that, it might be a lot of people sitting back and waiting for 8. It might be the wait for 8 scenario for a lot of iPhone users out there that want something bigger and bigger changes and stuff like that might be coming down the line. But let me know what you guys think. Post your comments below. What do you think about the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus? Do you think the features are enough? Any features that you think that I should have mentioned in here that should have been more important than the ones I sort of mentioned here? Also post those comments below. Let's get some good discussion going on. Also, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page. And always remember to live your tech world in high definition. Let me know how you think about this sort of camera view here, sort of working on it. And thanks for watching.